don't try my patience. I'ma pull out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons. A couple of 2-1 teams set to score in NFL Week 4. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now the first carry for Bush. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Young. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, you might be a little jumpy as well. It might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
And Young's throw there incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Come on, D. Shift. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's McCaffrey. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They cannot.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Right 80. Check, 43. Get that quarterback. And up. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Hey, 18.
On third down, Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down, Chicago.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Kill. Check. Move.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. Now, that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a third to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. On the ground, McCaffrey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Check 9. Hey, ball. Ringo.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Whip. Watch the whip. 36.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game? He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
He's checking. Alert.
Trubisky will throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard. This is Bush. He finds an opening past the 40. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board first here tonight. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception.
There he goes right side. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score the points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A give. This is Bush. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. 58 for Mike. I'm coming. 58, boys, 58.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bush. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
First and 10, 18-yard line.
from the red zone now. Young is going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Another try on second down with Gurley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd and goal, Bush. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
A loss of 4 yards. Brings up 4th.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And they did have to approach that one from a tough angle off the right hash mark, but a kick that short, you just have to have it.
Maybe time for a sanity check after that one. From where this ball was spotted, that right upright definitely comes into play on a kick like this, and that's 3 points lost right there.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
From the 22, Trubisky is going to go for a big play and got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 78 yards, and the Bears have taken the lead. And that one obviously worked out, but it's one where you kind of hold your breath because he was sitting there waiting to take a hit as he threw that ball downfield.
And this is the NFL. You're going to be tested a lot as a guy throwing the football. Will you stand in there, take the hit, and deliver downfield? And when you do it consistently, your offensive line loves you. Your receivers love you. Everyone does their job to the utmost because they have that kind of confidence in you, and they know that you've shown some toughness, and that's what he exhibited there.
But your body hates you.
No, your body's not real thrilled about the whole thing, but ice packs all around for the QB.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. 3rd and long for Young. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. To throw on 2nd and 6. Young, man open, that's Calvin Ridley. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out there.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Young. Flush to his right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Robert Quinn, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Safe. Hey, alert.
Now Trubisky to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
And the Bears.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Check 26.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Hey, watch the slant.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Under 10. Go. 10.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And Robinson with a big catch. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 42. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
2nd and 5 now. Trubisky. He's going to let this one go deep. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A little more room here on 2nd and 6 from the 6. They'll go again with Bush. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. From the shotgun, it's Young. Caught here by Conley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Young. Caught by Jones. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Young, he completes it to Jones. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go one more. SOS. Let's go. Come on. Check. Squeeze. Check. Orbit.
Now on 2nd and 13. Young, he's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
30-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now here's Young. Throw left side complete. That's Gonzalez. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They try again with Cohen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. All day.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone, so a change of possession here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
That throw by Young incomplete. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Drop deep, drop deep. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45.
Here's Young. And he whips that one incomplete there. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
45 to Mike.
Young to throw. Complete to Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Bush. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Young. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
45. Mike, 45.
Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Here we go again. 45 for Mike. Double dog.
To the air once more, Young. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Come on, set. Get the flag. 45. Watch the run.
On first down, Bush. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
At the Bears' 22-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it in the hands of Bush. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Bush on 3rd down. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The kick by Tavecchio is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. The home crowd here absolutely loves it, as they should, getting the field goal in the closing moments and likely going to get out of here with a W.
A W, celebrations all around. How about how everyone's going to leave this stadium, right? And you know something? He probably makes more money than most of the 60,000 people here, but they're all willing to buy him dinner tonight, aren't they?
Oh, they don't care. He's a man of the people right now. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Check the backer, check the backer. Alert.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, watch the slant. Kill. 25. Check 25. Motion.
One last shot for Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that, because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Falcons, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.